So here we have a, let's see. So it is, hi, I saw your coaching offer, blah, blah, blah. We're like a background, relatively new to Overwatch. In like a week, it'll be my 5th month on the game. So honestly speaking, being in Diamond is pretty good already. So I'm guessing you have some, um, you know, some experience with like, hit scans or something. I hit diamonds after like 2 months. His hero pool is Tracer, Sojourn, Cast, but usually Tracer, Sojourn. I hit diamond like 2 months ago, but starting for the past 3 months, progress has really slowed down, and I'm currently low to mid diamond on one of my accounts. This is Diamond 3, while the other one is Diamond 5. I also peaked Diamond 3 this season. Currently, I face the most issues with hit scan. My Tracer is the strongest part of my gameplay, but both hit scan and characters come across. Both accounts have negative win rate, lol. Only my Tracer is positive, like 56% on my main and setting, okay, that's blah blah blah. As I climb from like gold 5, okay. For like Sojourn on link, come from hit scan, that's all, okay. So he seems to be having an issue with hit scan. And my goal is to hit GM. My main struggle is hit scan as I main Tracer hit scan. Mostly Sojourn and Cast. Both heroes I have negative win rate, and my Tracer carries my rank. In the VOD, I'm looking at for what mistakes I make on hit scan, and also the biggest mistake I can make or can improve on it, and also things I could have done better. Here's the replay code. Okay, so we're just gonna check it out. We're gonna see what he can do better on Sojourn in this game. I'm guessing. I don't think he plays somebody else, right? Yeah, he's mostly playing Sojourn in this game. So in this case, it's just gonna be a Sojourn look, right? Another Sojourn review here. So let's see. So I'm gonna assume he has some. Okay, actually, if he's playing Tracer, I doubt that he's too experienced in Call of Duty or I guess another first-person shooter, or maybe he plays something else. Who knows? So sitting main, shooting up. Okay. You guys get that kill. That's fine. I'm gonna be honest with you, just small thing, nothing like a big detail to be honest with you, but right here, you drop your E down right into a shield, like that it just ends up preemptively and they can just walk around. Either, you want to do it either like when you're back up here, right? You want to get as much value out of your E as you can, right? It's a zoning tool. It's a really big, look at that, look at the size of that. It's either you want to put it like right here, when you're up here, you could have just put it down like almost immediately for them to like take a few seconds to have to like actually walk up and like do it, but you end up doing it a little bit too late and that ends up being like, I guess, kind of a low value E. Okay, we get that, that's fine, okay. Are we gonna look to move up maybe? Yes, okay, I like that already. We're doing something good here. You see him move up? Oh, okay. He absorbs it. Okay, see, look at that, look at that. Look at that, hold on, I kinda fucked up there, but look at this, look at this. You jump up here, look at this, look at this. Look at this, look at this. Now look at them. Everybody walks up into here. Everybody walks up into here. You have 2 people here, and if this Cassidy decides to roll back, look at it. He rolls right back here. Look at how much damage that does to them. And even he has to go back here. And he ends up walking into it either way. And you end up getting a kill. You see? That's really why it's important to, use your disruptor shot correctly. It's such a valuable tool, more than you realize. Okay, honestly speaking here, you don't need to go this far back. Yeah, where your Kiriko was would have been fine. But just see how you play it out, obviously. Okay, you're dipping so far back. You're dipping so far back right here. You decide to go back for, I'm not really particularly sure what reason. It's, honestly speaking to you, had you made it up here, that would have been fine. At least then you get like a little bit of an oversight, right? Or even like here. But don't sit on here. Like, get the high ground right up here. Go somewhere where you can actually get some value. You're Symmetra's sitting here. Waiting to let's just see. Obviously, like I'm not gonna say anything bad yet. but I do want to see how you actually play this out, because I'm looking at it right now and it just looks like they're kind of just... You're just kind of sitting in a place where you're not really getting that much value, you know? Like when you back out all the way, your healers are right there. You should be fine if you could have just gone up, to be honest with you. Honestly speaking to you, in this situation, your Symmetra is... like, look at her. The Symmetra is busy getting kills here, providing... Look at her, she flanks. Look at her, she flanks. Look at her, She went all the way around just to flank, and guess what happens? She got 3 fucking kills. What are you doing in the meantime? You're sitting here, you're fighting this guy. Like, dude, help this girl, help your girl out. Go here, go walk around, go here, go shoot at her. Look at, like, you're spending so much time, like, being scared right now because you have a little bit, like, less than ideal HP. You're letting this Genji bully you more than you should. The Genji is not that bad. I promise you, just turn your attention back to him if you really need, but your Symmetra is putting in the work by flanking right now. Okay. That was fun. We get the kill over here. So you do got decent aim, it's just that you need to put yourself into positions where you can get, like, some kills, basically. Shooter. Walk back. Okay, we go up here. This is a little bit risky because, yeah, we got the Genji here and you have to now, yeah, you have to dash out, fair enough. Okay, see, this is good if you do commit to it, but I would have waited a little. This would have been so much cleaner had you just, like, peeked out, maybe, look at who's there, where they're going, right? Because that's the issue, right, is that, like, hold on, let's go back a little bit, right? Like, you see, you get scared, right, you run off, you know? And you don't see where they're going. You get too scared and you don't pay attention to, hey, look, they're all walking towards here, right? They're all walking right here. So that means that, like, your little plan here, don't get me wrong, an idea, it would have been really good. And that you, like, walked back here and you would have gotten, like, a few kills. Honestly, had you done it even a little bit earlier, maybe you could have gotten him and him. But you do it a little bit too late, and by the time that you actually make your way here, 4 people already on this side, and only Zenyatta's here. So at that point, it's either you get the Zenyatta here. Had you paid attention to the fact that 4 people were, like, walking past, you could have gone for the Zenyatta here, who's all alone. Maybe put a disruptor shot, you know, to, like, get him to, like, let's see if you do have disruptor shot real quick. You do. So you could have put down your disruptor shot right there. But you see, you're kind of wasting your first few seconds, just like, okay, we get the Zenyatta, nice, okay. So you know what, that's fine. It's not, look, yeah, so it wasn't ideal. It really, like, you executed on part of that plan, where you but honestly speaking, had you just waited here even a little bit, put your disruptor shot down, like, maybe here or here, and then just, like, I guess there was 2 options you could have done. Is either go up here, you could dash up here, honestly speaking, because it's gonna take them a few seconds, right, to get up the stairs and everything. But you just want to put yourself into a position where you have, when you do use it, you want to use it in, like, a really open, like, an idea, again, this would have been good. It's just that they had already all walked up there, so. And then this guy just finishes you off. That's just kind of sad, but it is what it is. Use a dash here. Now you're, like, right up next to the guy. You're actually rough, okay? But you do have the aim. So you do have the aim. It's just that. So the problem with your hit scan isn't the. Okay, we get the kill there. That's good. That's good. Honestly speaking, too, this would have gone a lot worse in some other ranks, to be honest with you. Okay. At that point, just, okay, you do it. It's just that you spend so much time looking at here You spend so much time hyperfixating right here. Like, you go here, you get scared, and then you spend so much time hyperfixating. Look at this. You spend so much time hyperfixating on this, trying to get them off the point. Just go here, man. Even had you not known that this... Look, oh my god, look. You could have shot at him while he was walking back. If not, you peek around. If he wasn't there, either shoot at him or one of these people, right? You get here. Look at this. You got a nice view of the person that's healing, the Genji that you like spend so much time shooting at while he's deflecting, you know? Like, you gotta look for more opportunities. You can't just be like scared and like staying in that one position. You have to look for the opportunities. Okay, see, you do walk up and you do get a kill. That's what I'm saying. You do overcommit though, I will say. Obviously you end up overcommitting and like just walking all the way out, when in reality nobody was forcing you to walk all the way out. You could have just done here, go back and forth, you know, right? Something like that. Maybe gone back here, but nobody was forcing you to come in here. Instead you went out on the open and you just kind of, you know, like give yourself a little bit of like space to like get out, right? You wanna be in a position where you do want to be able to escape. You don't want to waste your thing like a little bit too late there. When they push really far in that little time, huh? Okay. We put it down somewhere that's kind of useful, okay? We push here. Do we stay here or not? Okay, nice. See, the aim is there. The aim exists, and you punish the Zenyatta for trying to get you. That's good. But here we're sitting here. Okay, we're right in the main. Okay, you turn your attention here. Let's see. Okay, nice. So you got out of the position. You're moving up. Nice. Okay. I wouldn't have used a rail shot there, but that's fine. That's fine. Look, your team is doing stuff. You might as well. You're snowballing, right? So now you're just spending so much time just poking at them that you're like missing most of your shots. At that point, just move here, move somewhere. You can always dash out if you really need to, but it's either that or like just go back up here. I don't know. Just you either need to start getting ready for them, and you stay here and you poke at the monkey if you can. But like you just poking here is just, it seems a little bit wasteful. Right now you're in a very vulnerable position, and I wouldn't be surprised if you die here. Yeah. Okay, so got him. You chase after the Genji. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit of an overcommitment. No, at that point it's you gotta grab him. We can go back and check, hold on, because that Genji popped up. I'm guessing, yeah, he went for whoever was up there. Which was your, if I remember correctly, it might have been the Kiriko or something of that sort. Oh no, it was some, yeah, it was a Kiriko who was up there if I remember. Final. Okay, nobody was up there, but regardless is that you got so hyper fixated on this guy that you didn't notice that this guy was behind you. And then you end up getting dough from the back. Yeah, no, at that point, like I said, you could have either gone up here, and you would have, if you had you been up here, or even had you been here, you would have noticed, you could have either gotten more value and then dashed back up here, or you could have been here, and as the Genji was doing his little flank, he would have been here, because that's the pathing we saw him use. He was here. Look at him. Could have just poked at him really early. Instead, you're here like just poking damage for no reason. It's either you set yourself up in a spot where you know they're going to be coming, or you're actually going to commit to this bit, which I find like here, to be honest with you, a little bit like extra, but you do want to, if you find yourself like doing basically the equivalent of nothing for like more than 3 seconds, whether that be like just poking the tank and doing jack shit because he's like sitting all the way back here with like both of his healers, it's like you're not really providing much value, and you really want to be like either thinking about where you want to set up to get value or trying to actively get value, you know. And that's all it is. That's all this game ends up being, right? And then you end up getting over first and your team just dies, right? Like, I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but it's times like that where it's like you're spending too much time just doing the equivalent of like not much. Yeah, we get the tank, that's fine. Sure, you might. Ooh, that seemed like a very panicked jump. Yeah. Okay, we go for the back. There you go. See, this is. So it's like, you do understand that you do need to be in a position to devalue. I see you going for those positions. It's just that you're not doing it at the right time. Here, this was... Oh my, honestly speaking, that would have been really good. How'd you just committed to this angle? How'd you just committed to this angle, to be honest with you? Just... That's the type of flanking I want to see you do, you know? Like, I want to see you commit to this little angle right here. Look at that. You wait a second, right? Like look at you. You're just hiding there, right? But you see your tank's going in. And commit to the angle right here. Look at that. You would have gone, instead of having the Genji deflect you and you're here, right? You're in front of 4 people. They're like, because they're clearly gonna have you in vision and they heard you. Imagine this. This Orisa is ulting, right? And they're all forced to look at her because right now you see they're mostly looking at her. Imagine you're here and you shoot the goddamn fucking Genji in the skull right here or here, and then that's a 4K right there. Instead, we have the tragic sequence of event that ends up happening. You end up shooting the Genji, and because they're on the same exact angle. Like, honestly, you could have made that ult work. You could have very much made that ult work. Okay, so now we're sitting in the back of the main line. Okay, we put it somewhere pretty useful. So look, we'll talk about the first disruptor shot in this part, because generally speaking, you do seem to know where to put your disruptor shot. That's pretty good. Okay, not that time. Definitely not that time, but what is that Zenyatta doing, dude? He just walked right past your team like that. No, okay, here's small things. You might as well just shift it up, my guy. Like, you get the Zenyatta, that's a healer. Look at this, look at this. Imagine instead of using your shift, what do you use it for here? You use it to go back. Imagine their tank was dead. Imagine you go here and you're just either taking the shot, and if you take too much damage, you just drop back down here, right? So like, you would have gotten that like a little bit sooner. That's instead of like you dashing back when you're like 25 HP down and you being like behind your whole team here. We're staying here for quite a bit of time. You might take a lot of that. Ooh. Okay, she sets up her thing. Yeah, no. Oh my, you were peeking this angle for quite a while, to be honest with you. Nice. Okay, you do get the kill. No big complaints here. Okay, nice. I'm guessing you guys stopped them from getting it because the tank is down. There's a Juno still behind you. There's a Juno still behind you. Okay. Okay. And you guys get it. Yeah, that's fine. So that's good. We're gonna go check the next. Okay, skip. Okay, go on the side. Okay, put it behind him. That's good. That's good. You're poking him. You could have put it even a little further back, to be honest with you, but you know, basically try to close out his escape route with your disruptor shot. Move again. Close out his. You could have just waited a little bit for the disruptor shot. You do have to understand what's his zoning tool in this case, and you have to use it to like get people to either choose I'm gonna escape to like take the damage, but see now you're just spamming your disruptor shot and you're not really getting any value out of it. Okay, now you're on the side, you see. Okay, we teleport back. Okay. Again, you're just spamming your disruptor shot without really getting much value out of it. Put it where you think they need to go, right? So you want to put it behind them usually, where they need to escape from. Okay. Oh, okay, so we're gonna go back there. We're gonna go back there because this is such a sad sequence of events, right? The Genji's right above your head. The Genji's right above your head here. He was just poking at your team. I don't think you even get this guy. Even if you had walked up like a little bit closer, you could have killed this guy. Or again, you could have killed her. Yes, you're low, but like at that point, either choose, are you gonna commit and try to get like 1 or 2 picks? Or are you just gonna run, you know? Like you're kind of just shooting the tank and like not really getting that much value out of just spamming at him, especially when you're on and off angle like that. You want to try to look for the squishies, you know. If you're on the main and like you want to get somebody down and your team's like all going ham, then you know spam down your main. But if you're on the side, try to get a squishy, try to get what you can. Okay, we go up. There's a Genji on your left. Oh, never mind. Oh. I guess we're gonna have to pause streaming for a little bit, huh? That's definitely strange. Hold on. Oh, okay. So we're back. For some reason, the game disconnected. We're gonna go back to looking on this for you. So you're sitting down the main. Let's turn on the in-game sound a little bit. I'm gonna turn down the Overwatch volume. Your team does get them. What even? What even in God's name is that? Let's see. So here you're sitting next to the payload. You guys have 4 minutes, okay. Okay. Nothing too bad so far, but your teammates are pushed up. You could have already pushed up here, yeah. I wouldn't be that worried about like being so far back. Like, go forward. Go chase after this guy right now. Like, go in. See your team's going in, then go in. Get yourself set up nicely for some kills. Ooh, okay. Honestly speaking to you, even during this whole time, what you could have done is, if you know the tech, right, you do space shift space, or you know, you walk around here if you don't know how to do it. But regardless, is that you're up here now, and you got what, 2 people here that you can like shoot. Like, you just need to get up into these positions, man. You need to think about where you want to be, where you can shoot them, and like not be in a shitty position like here where you're just kind of here, you're barely poking in. You could have just gone up there where the fair is, right? Instead you're shooting here, you just keep shooting, you're not really thinking about where you're shooting from, and look at that. You waste your jump just to get there. Your whole team is about to die in the back line when you could have killed the Symmetra even earlier. And then you end up dying. Had you really just been here, that's 3 people right there, maybe even 4 from sitting here. If not, you get out, right? But regardless, it was better than sitting down on like on the floor where everybody was. Okay, we get that guy. We got, oh, that's tough. You do need to weave in some regular shots between your ult, by the way. Just shoot alt if you want. I can do a quick demonstration at the end of this, but you do need to shoot between your ult charges. Yeah, that's a little bit too far back. I'll change that. This, you're backing up here, but honestly speaking to you, could have just gone here. Like here, you're in a nice position, right? I want to see what you do. We're watching you. Yeah, you're just getting bullied by the diva. You guys are 3 people focusing on the diva. And she's way out of position. But you could have been here already. Like even the Iliari's moving up. Could have been here already. Maybe move up here. Ooh, look at that. Kills, free kills. You guys are all focused on the one diva. You just really want to be seeking those opportunities. Here I like this, but you get a little bit too hasty with it and you immediately shoot. Again, though, you're focusing on the diva. You want to, okay, so you do realize that there's people in the back and the, ooh. Yeah. No, so, okay, really quick there. You dash in here and try to get here behind in their back. Just go up here, man. Go up here. Like, nothing's stopping you from either walking up the stairs, or if you know how to do the jump, you do space shift jump, or if you're on console, you use a little, I'm not sure whatever the slide thing is, but you get up here and look, again, you're in a good position to get kills. Like, you need to position yourself in a way where, like, you have good aim, so it's like, the second that you take these good positions where you're, like, right in front of the supports, you're gonna get kills. And here, okay, we get him. That's fine, you do get the kills, I'm not, like, completely complaining, but honestly speaking, that would have been much rougher had you been, like, focused by other people, you know? Here we're sitting down. You could have thrown down maybe a disruptor shot there, something of that sort. See, now you're not spamming disruptor shot and you put it down below the thing. You could have just blocked out one of the 2 exits right here. Even shit, man, regardless, had you put it here, had you put it even here, but obviously these 2 options are going to be better because you're going to block out more people. You would have, like, stopped so many more people. You really need to start using it like as like a disruptor, or like as a zoning tool. Like, hold on, like, look at this, we're gonna play in slow motion for you. We're gonna go back. You were holding on to the disruptor shot this time. You go back here, this guy goes up here. But everybody else, you got 2 people who walk from here and 2 people who walk from here. Sorry, I guess just the Anna who walks from here. But regardless, is that you could have just put down your disruptor shot on one of the doors here, and that would have been, like, immediately, like, so much more value than had you just shot it right here. Like, that's so useful to just use it to, like, block people from, like, getting anywhere, right? But then you guys go lose here and you end up dying. Okay. So We're gonna, I'm guessing you guys lose from here with 10 seconds remaining. Yeah. I doubt that you even make it back in time. Yeah, so you don't make it back in time. Okay. So, let's see. So for your Sojourn, you have great aim. I'll give you that. But you need to get into positions and like pay attention to where people are so that you can get kills. Because the second that you do that, you're just gonna get like I showed you a few spots obviously on Eichenwald where you could have gotten them just by like, you know, moving around a bit, but you're like just jumping into their faces. You're always like in front of their faces, and you just need to move to the side a little bit and try to get whatever you can. So we're gonna chalk it up to good aim. What the two key points I want you to focus on is if you are gonna keep playing Sojourn, or let's hold on, you're saying you were playing Cassidy. Was that it? Tracer? No, yeah, but usually just Tracer, Sojourn. You didn't really give me Tracer in this option, but at least with Sojourn, you really want to use your E as a zoning tool and think of it as, hey, where are they going? Or if I'm gonna fight this one person, where are they gonna go? You know, where is gonna be their escape option? That's where you put it, and you're gonna get so much value out of that. And like the main big factor that I keep seeing you do is you're putting yourself into these positions where you're just kind of like, either like you do have like some understanding of it seemingly, but you keep putting yourself into positions where you're not on the side of them, you're not taking away their focus from the tank, from your tank specifically, and you just want to go to the side and try to get like a little bit of value there and just shoot at them from like either a high ground or get somewhere where you can actually see their backline. You just walk around a little bit. It just takes a little bit, and especially with Sojourn, you got the little slide jump. You can move up there and just get that value just by shooting at their backline. Like you're either sitting there with your tank or you're sitting in off or like in odd main angles and just not really doing enough. You can be getting so much more value out of just going to the side, and then once your team is actually feasting, then you go with your tank and you start like, you know, you start chopping down the rest of them. But the way I want you to start your fights is going by the side, or even you start from the main, you move to the side, you see what you can get. If you can't get anything, then you get the hell out. But you want to look for those opportunities, because when you do have the opportunity to feast, you feast, but you just don't create those opportunities basically. So basically you really want to start moving to the side and trying to find where you can get some kills, you know, or else if you're just like sitting on the main or you're just waiting for stuff to happen, nothing's gonna happen. You know, you need to be the playmaker in your games. So that's what I'm gonna really tell you too, is once you figure out that out and your zoning tool, if you're a disruptor shot, you should be solid. Honestly speaking, I'm sure you can honestly make it out of diamond very easily.